clouds in the air again. Right now we're actually flying to Honolulu from our current position. We were flying from Seattle earlier, and now we're just flying towards Honolulu. We're just after Honolulu airspace. We're going to be about soon, but due to the ATC is just coming offline, so we're gonna have to do that. I do know there's a few traffic nearby, so we're gonna have to work with them and hopefully have a plan. So it's 1 to 2 that's a minute, 1 up to 20 kilometers. So we're coming up. We're just gonna have to find our way in, but there should not be an issue. Okay, I've already got the weather for Honolulu this morning. At time 253, which is pretty much sorry, it's actually on time actually. Wind is 06016, gusting to 3 knots, 10 static knots, visibility 3,500, scanner 5,000, and broken 200 to 3,000. Temperatures 28, dew point 16, and remark. Oof. The wind is kind of tasty today. So temperature is 28, QNH is 3004. Okay, 3004 all the way down, and the descent forecast. It's fine actually. It's a bit toasty, but it's fine. So we're about to reach a tower descent, and on the way down, it's already good now. If anyone has any questions or anything, feel free to ask them in the comments or chat me directly. I'll be more than happy to answer any aviation-related topics. Or even some stuff that's been personal. Like that. I'll turn it back up once we are free and coming for a landing. Until then, I will lower the volume a bit because it's much easier. Let's just enjoy some chill music while we wait. So how's everyone doing today? I hope you're all doing fantastic. And yeah. Ooh, what's that? SP7. What's an SP7? I forgot. 5% now. Passing 300. It's fine. Fuel, we still got 13.4 tons, and our ultimate requires 10. What happened to zero fuel? It went blanked out. Come on. 0.75. 12.8 at landing. That's 600 kilos difference, just to verify. 96.1. 137 is our approach speed, and I need to expect to increase the wind, because the initial approach speed, because of the high winds we have right now. Judging from the weather that we have earlier, the VREF, we're probably gonna have to add a good chunk, since it is gusting from 1.6 until 2.3, that's 7 knots. We might have to be VREF plus 12, but I'll have to see the actual situation once we're down there. But initially we'll do VREF plus 12. So approach speed is 1.9er because of the high winds. I might just go to plus 8, just because of the base headwind, and I'm not too concerned about the gust, but we'll have to see on the way down. Slightly above the path here, but not the end of the world yet. We're still fine. Give it a bit of a speed break, and then it's just some slowing us down. While we're waiting for this,
added camera 1 to
I'm also going to category for myself here. The wing views for later on. Oh, sorry. Y'all is 270. This will be what we call left wing, just like the political stuff.
Added camera 2 to category wings.
Right wing. It'll just be the opposite of this, and the yaw is 90. Oh, there's blinds on it. Okay, we'll just fix it this way. There we go. 730. Save all cameras and put this a bit forward. Let's say 1, 2, 5, 4. We'll save 4 and add another camera.
Added camera 3 to category wings.
Right aft. So this is how you make cameras for videos. You just need to save them up. Save it, and we need to go to the left side, so minus 170%, that one, 15 degrees 27, and you need to go forward, so that's 285, and this will be
added camera 4 to category wings.
Left aft. Let me just check the cockpit, make sure we're on path now. We're on path now, put the speed brake in. Alright, and now we need to make the leading edge. Degrees back, 255. 250 and slightly to the right. No, this way. Camera at
Added camera 5 to category wings.
That's left leading. Left lead.
Added camera 6 to category wings.
168. 168, and that's about 20 degrees looking back. So 0110. There you go. Position the camera a bit better, and we're done. And we'll call this right lead. Done. Save all cameras. Complete. First officer, captain, wings, left wing, right aft, left lead, right lead. Cameras are all set, and just need to add on the wings. Add the extreme realistic. So, you know, when you view it, looks a little bit better. Kinda bumpy and stuff. You know, as you can feel the bobs of the wind on the aircraft also. Once that's all set, let's get back into the cockpit and fly. Okay, we're already at the transition level technically. And the altimeter, as stated before, was 3004. 3004. So we reach transition altitude. Goodness, 3004, yes. Alright. We're currently on an LNAV descent, so I don't really need to do anything. It will do most of the adjustments automatically. And all we need to do is just monitor that the aircraft is doing as we instructed to. Seatbelts on, please. We're about to come for a landing very soon. Hey, Blue Cheeks. Funny name. Welcome to the stream and welcome on board. We're just doing a short flight, as I stated before, from Seattle to Honolulu. This has been an overnight flight as I lifted to sleep and I'm disconnected with VATSIM. Sadly, VATSIM right now, the controller just went off just when I was about to start the stream, so yeah, not so good. I was actually hoping to do a recording for the ATC to send to my students to practice their hearing skills for the ATC, because as you know, ATC communication is never clear, and usually students will definitely struggle with it. So I was hoping to provide some examples and like actual transcripts if I can, you know, for my students, but yeah, we'll have to do that another time. Weather is expected to be very bumpy on the way in, but I think we should still be alright. Alright. Do you think the music in the background is kind of annoying, or is it okay? You know, some people like it, some people don't, so I'm not too sure how the audience right now feels about it. So if it's too annoying, I can turn it off and we can just enjoy the plane noises. Or if not, we can do something about that. Anyways, time to make an announcement to the passengers. I'll do that very shortly. Hold on. Just like how we're doing a real flight. Alright, it's fine. Yeah, I'm planning to turn off the music very soon as we're doing the actual approach. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard American Airlines 552. This is your captain speaking from the flight deck. Right now, we have just ascended past 13,000 feet and are currently on descent into Honolulu International Airport. We expect to arrive in Honolulu in approximately another 10 minutes. Weather in Honolulu is quite fine, though the wind coming from the east is quite gusty and windy, which is around 40 kilometers per hour. And on the left side of the aircraft, you can see Hawaii itself. As you can see, the weather is very clear. Well, we like to remind you to remain seated and fastened even though the fasten seatbelt sign has been turned off for your own safety reasons. And on behalf of American Airlines, we'd like to thank you for choosing to fly with us today, especially during these troubling times. It really means a lot to everyone here at the company. And hope you enjoy the remainder of the flight. And aloha, welcome to Hawaii. Flight attendants, prepare for arrival, followed by landing stations. Okay, so that's the pilot voice talking. Idle, VNAV speed, change speed 240. We're transition to the 240 speed regime. That means that's fine. We're still on path. Too lazy to do the calculations myself, so I'm gonna let the computer do most of the calculations. There we go. Here's the plane noise that everybody loves. Hearing plane noises is actually very important, even for the pilots itself, because it actually tells me what power setting the engines are at, or if anything's abnormal with the engines. It holds true in real life. Speed brake down P10. So yeah, I've set up the cameras and everything, so should be nice landing. Haven't flown in a while, so do keep that in mind. Don't be too mean. It is actually easier to land an aircraft in real life than it is actually to do in a simulator, so we're gonna have to do our best today. Comet Tunes, welcome to the stream and welcome on board this flight. Hope you enjoy your vacation in Hawaii once we get there. There is a problem with this model of aircraft. For some reason, it cannot tune to the actual frequency I want, so it has a trouble with decimal 7. It doesn't want to tune to the decimal 7, so we're gonna have to do a... what is it called? An RMP approach? Sorry, not RMP approach. Localizer only approach with LNAV VNAV as opposed to the glide slope. So it's gonna be a bit different than what I would prefer to do, but it is still very doable, and I don't mind. It's not an issue for me to do it. Very doable. Let me have a message onto VATSIM to let people know I'm coming in. Honolulu traffic, American Airlines 552 inbound, ILS 08 left, ETA, what's my estimated time of arrival? 0010 Zulu. Just to let everyone else know, because I can see on the VAT spy that there is a small aircraft on the way. He's coming from Hilo International, and then there's a Delta A350 behind, and then there's also a 777-200 American Airlines coming in also. So, you know, be respectful, let each other know what's going on, who's doing what, you know. Don't just come in blind and surprise everybody. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I do fly planes in real life. Just not this particular plane, but yeah, it's fine. Okay, next waypoint is Rabs. We're on speed and on path. We still need to do deceleration to 215 knots, altitude captured. VNAV 7000, VNAV path. Alright, just a bit high. Need a bit of speed brake again, which means the descent path is not so good, I would like to say. Descent to 2,700 feet. We're over the ocean, it's fine. So yeah, everything works, I think. And you can see the speed brake move and everything. It's great. It's fantastic. It's kind of silly that it's kind of interesting, you know. We pilots cannot actually see our wingtips sometimes when we're actually flying, you know. Can't actually see our wings, so sometimes if there's something on the wing, we don't actually know. Sorry, we don't really know it's it's there. So you can try to stick your head out the window as much as you can, like you can not see it actually. But we don't really need to see it. Okay, coming up to 5,000 feet, we should have a speed change to 215 knots very shortly, which means we have to go for flaps. And as stated before, idle VNAV speed. Oof. Okay. And as stated before, we're gonna have to do a VNAV approach on this. So we're setting to the minimums. Just double checking our minimums here. ILS runway 08 left for the since technically it will be an RNP approach, sorry, RNAV approach, RNP approach. The minimums, we'll say 480. Enough path. Flaps 1, 480. Let me just set as the TA. 480 is our minimum. Okay, I need to set the captain's radio altimeter also 480 for the minimums before we don't have it desync and that'll be a problem. Setting on the left on the right of the aircraft, if anyone was wondering, doesn't really matter as much as you would think. It's just basically you get used to the perspective as you fly around. So the first airport you see here is not the one we're going to the one in the back over there. We're gonna be landing somewhere around there. Yeah. Need some speed brakes to help it out. Alright. Next altitude should be 3,300 Makoka. 3,300 above. But we need to get our speed back. And I think it's time to use the manual speed control. I know we still got about 15 miles to go, but it's quite windy as per the report, so we're gonna have to try to slow down earlier so we don't bust the speed. And already flaps 5. That's good. The best thing about the plane is I like when they come in for landing, you can see the flaps and slats, everything come out. It's just amazing, the technology comes into it. So 330 above and 2,700, that's my goal. It's 2,700. Okay, it doesn't have a VSD service available for this particular aircraft. That's fine. Flaps 15. Slow the aircraft down even more. Let's just arm the speed brake now. And gear down. We're starting our descent approach now, passing 2,700 feet soon, and then we'll know we're on the glide properly. Minimums is already set for the approach. Run LNAV VNAV path, that's fine, and flaps 20. Start decelerating. Flaps 25, more drag please. And flaps 30. So just for a refresher, our initial approach speed is, initial ref is 137. Based on wind reports, we're gonna need to add some knots on it. So an initial of at least 145, correction of 8 knots minimum, and we're already in approach. Missed approach is to climb to 5,000 feet. We're 300 below that, and we can set 5,000 as the missed approach altitude. Autopilot disengage, please. I will do the approach now. Hold on. Into disengage autothrottle. Oh, throttles are still blocked. Right. That was for the cruise phase. General. Sim settings. There we go. reduce thrust. We're still 4 wide above. We might have to execute a go around here because the throttles were blocked. And I was not aware of that. It was for the cruise phase. Still 4 wide, 1,000. I'm gonna dive it down a bit. Not what you want to be doing, but we're not 1,000 feet and we still have time to capture the glide path. We're about 400 feet high. We still have some time to catch the altitude. So it's not too bad. Okay. Alright, 2 by 2 red on the glide. Yeah, the 757 engines like to lag a lot. So once you put the power in, it just boosts itself very fast, really quickly. Yeah, 757 is actually a very overboosted plane, is what they like to call it, overboosted plane. Still a bit high. Okay, coming up 1,000 feet. We are a bit 4 wide, but I think I still chase it.
1,000.
Check. Okay. Okay, so 3 wide. So I still chase it. We're maintain 1,000 feet per minute. GPS, 1,000 feet per minute. It's still stable technically, though we're coming in a bit faster than I would like. 2i2 red on the glide. Be ready to capture and maintain the attitude. Fastest fly, slightly nose down attitude for the approach.
500
Check.
minimums.
Flight director and stable. Go. It's 4 red, but it's fine. Visually check it's okay. Check.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Oh, sorry. Too much. Speed brake up. Reversers, normal. Could be better, but yeah. Simulator, you cannot really feel the sink or anything like you do in real life, so you're just gonna have to kind of wing it. Knots coming up. We'll check the replay afterwards. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Honolulu International Airport. We'll just start the APU now. Flaps up and put the speed back in. Yeah, we're still in one piece. We're not dead yet, so I'm happy with that. Let's just go to a parking stand of whatever and then we'll check the replay. It could be a better landing. I'm very sure it could have been a better landing, but haven't really calibrated this properly sometimes, especially if this plane is quite light. It is quite light. I think I can do one more takeoff and landing just to get the practice in, but yeah, we'll just vacate actually. You know what, let's have some fun today since there's actually people watching this time. Let's go take off again. Let's go for it again. We're not parking, we're going again. What are you talking about? And then, but before we go, I'm gonna try to recalibrate my controls. Maybe I'll do it better this time. So while we're already centered like this, let us actually calibrate it first. Hold on, give me a sec. Roll, prop, mixture, throttle, check center position. done, and rudders just to double check, calibrate, full brakes left, right, next, center. Sometimes after I disconnect the controls, it doesn't calibrate back to what I set it to before, which is really annoying. Yes, you see the controls now move more appropriate distance when I move them, unlike before it was really snappy. That's fine. Let's let the ATC know that we're American. Follow traffic. American Airlines 552. Line up 08 left. Right hand. Pattern. There might be other people here, there might not be other people, so we're just gonna have to see if everyone else is available. So for now, let's just set the aircraft up again for departure. I have to do a bit of math, but it's fine. We'll hold short and fill in the details. And then we'll do a prop landing. I bounced that. That was a bounce landing because I was struggling to control the pitch from it. Now 757 is a weird aircraft. I'll admit it's a weird aircraft because the engines are overpowered for this weight where it sometimes can make it a bit harder to control. That's some complaints that people have made in real life because it's not proportional, if that makes any sense. Elevation is about 100, so we're gonna make a circuit, maybe we'll say 3,000 feet. Cost index is 30 for now. Takeoff, 40 is flaps 15. And 144 is our review ref for takeoff, 144. Cycle to flight directors. Arming 3,000 feet for departure. And for the center of gravity, I need to copy it from this, is 24%. 4.4 units. Departure. Alright, this should be a lot more easier to control this time. Should be a lot easier to control. And I want to get the, sorry, departures is from 08 left, yes, and arrival, ILS. Arnaf Zulu 08 left. Let's say from Makoa this time, and we'll just do this one now. So 2020. Ideally, you would want your first officer to do this and not you yourself doing it while taxiing like this. But since it's a simulator, I can break the rules as I want, and no one really can stop me. Yeah. All right. Coming up again for departure. We're gonna come on this taxi and make a left turn here, and we'll just do a rolling takeoff. Setting lights as entering active runways, rope steady, and transponder TRA set. Yeah, it's a shame. I flew this flight on purpose trying to get some recordings for my student, but yeah, not my lucky day today. Final area is verified, check it, clear. FSC message. Performance, that's not valid. Enough route, it's okay. We'll fly at the left-hand circuit so we can fly closer to the mountains for a view. Well, this is not Microsoft Flight Simulator, obviously, but at least it has better frames. And takeoff thrust set. Knots. Check. not too bad here. Yeah, it's not as bad as the Metar suggested it was, so... Huh. Maybe it did an update for my side. Oh well. And positive 38. Speed. 1,000 feet, 2,000 to go. Start on left turn. Double change and heading south. Flaps 5. And we'll set the speed to 220 knots, so we're not too fast. We might get a terrain warning, but I'm okay with that because I can maintain visual with everything every day. It is but a suggestion. And flaps up, speed move rings at 220%. To the turn. Thousand to go, check. Alright, flaps up and no lights.
Terrain.
Shh. It's okay, brother. It's okay. Just a bit of terrain. Everything is fine. Alright, need to put in the approach speed. That's under...
Terrain.
No, it's not terrain. You just need to believe it's not gonna be terrain. Okay, now that we're outbound, let's pump our speed to 240 so we can get out to the approach path a bit faster. Double checking the position of where's the Delta flight? Oh, the Delta flight just went out of existence, I think. Oh, that's a shame. Descend 2,200 by Jamud. Jamud needs to be 2,200. So we can do that actually, 2,200. And VS 500 feet per minute. Come down on descent. Auto brake, we'll grab number 3 again. Auto spoilers, same thing as before. Let's try not to float or bounce this time. I think the speed might be a bit more weird. Rainbow cruise altitude's fine. Gym would execute. I was going direct to Simic. Ooh, that's bad. Alright, I think it went to the next waypoint. Let's do it one more time. Arna, this one, and then there. Execute again. And then we'll go to this first, I guess. Alright, start reducing speed to the flap of maneuvering speed. And we can't maintain this heading for too long. We're gonna get a warning at this rate.
Caution terrain. Caution terrain.
I know there's terrain, but I want to see the sights and sounds. Sorry, misclick. I meant to. Okay. This is fine.
Terrain.
See how fast this thing can accelerate. That's insane. Come on, no autopilot. Other way. Yes, that way. Good boy. Lap 15, continue decelerating even more. Down. So many warnings. Yep, you know what? I'll take it from here. I will take it from here. Just a reference is 136, so 141. Come on, trim, damn it, trim. Alright, there we go. Looks decent. Reduce the thrust. Keep pushing the nose down. And trim. How much more do I need to trim? I'm pretty sure the CG is still within the limit. Come on. Alright. Getting it back. Slightly descending a bit faster, but we're on the path now. Yeah, the power really makes it annoying. Or is it because of the wind effect? But can't be the wind. 140 times 5, that's about 700 feet per minute. That's my target, 700 feet per minute for a 3-degree descent path. Directors, because if anything, it's annoying.
1,000.
Check, stabilize, continue approach, runway inside. 757 is a weird plane. It flies the approach with a slight nose down attitude rather than the usual on the horizon or slightly above it, which is kind of weird. Just correcting speed. I haven't flown this plane enough to really understand its visual perspective and everything for the approach, but
500.
That's fine.
Minimums.
Check landing. To red on the glide. Let's maintain visual reference now only. Maintain the VS about 700 feet per minute on the way down, and flare very slowly while closing the throttle. I might have to chop it for this particular aircraft, just because of how its attitude is compared to its usual. It's gonna drop a bit, I think. Good.
100.
Check.
50.
Yeah.
40. 30. 20. 10.
Speed brake up. Reverse. Normal. That's a bit low on the approach there. I went 50 over the threshold. I was a bit too short, but it's okay, I think. I'm not getting checked anymore. Like in my yesterday's flight, I did. Auto brake disengage, reverser stowed. Now let's park it for real. Okay, there's an American Airlines over there. He's coming out, but it's fine. Thank you, Blue Cheeks. Welcome to Honolulu this time. I did not smash you into the floor. We did a proper landing this time. We'll get the replay for this very shortly. So after I park the gate and get out of the way for all the VAT simmers other than me. Vacated the active runway, transponder mode, change. Right. Yeah, this is a weird plane. The 767 is a lot more easier to fly than the 757, I would like to say. I would say it's a lot easier. Hey, c'est la vie. What can you do? Left-hand park, we'll park in the alley. I think that's an Airbus he's flying. Might be an Airbus. Okay, coming into the taxi. Okay, the lights are already off and everything. That's great. Limited clearance. Yeah, it's an A320 or 21. Either. I don't have AutoGate installed yet, so they don't really join up. So that's a bit of the thing I don't like. Right. Parking brake set. APU is ready and on bus. Shut down the engines. Turn off the collision lights. Lead on. Fuel pumps off. Oh wait, that's already off. And hydraulics off. Okay, we are on the ground in Honolulu in one piece. Let us see how we did. Disconnect from that, and then I'll see the first landing and we'll see the second landing, how it went. I think I just floated a bit too much. Hold on. I'm gonna give it a sec while it tries to find the file. Ah. There we go. So this is the first one. Here's the thing with the 757, like I said, it flies a slight nose down attitude. Well, maybe not that extreme, but just wait for it to render in. I could be flying almost at idle thrust and it's still nose down. So that makes it very difficult to fly the aircraft. Just want to see the external shot. What actually happened to it? I'm curious. Did it bounce or what happened? I have a feeling I overflared and overcorrected it because I didn't calibrate my controls that well. Yeah, there we go. That's the overflare. See? Overflared, had too much energy. Yeah, that's not too good. It didn't up and then it down again because of the excessive sensitivity I had. Excessive sensitivity. Floated back up. And there we go. That's a big chunky. That's kind of chunky. That was kind of chunky. Definitely gonna feel that up your bum. Oh, the slats doesn't come out on the replay. Okay. Noted. The hydraulics doesn't move anymore because I turn off the hydraulics, and as you know, replay sometimes doesn't sync up that well. Yeah, just like the vacationing. That's right enough. Very short though, but still, yeah. I did 50 right about here. 50, 40, 30, start the flare, 20, 10. Very short landing though. It's a very short one. I touched down, supposed to be somewhere here, but I touched down over there. That's kind of weird, the markings they have for this one. It's not exactly standard, but that was a good landing. I can save that. Oh wow. Oh, the flaps are out. Is it stuck out? It's stuck out. Okay, flaps are in now. And turn off the hydraulics. Yes, yes, keep beeping. Okay. Let's see if I can use the ground handling. If it has this model available. I haven't tried it yet. This is a new plane I got recently. Can't they drive up? Ah, yes, look at that. The army of ground handling stuff. Nice. Ooh. And even the ground airplane mode has cargo doors and everything that it opens, so that's great. We'll just say the jetway doesn't work. It's fantastic. Everything works, and the positioning is accurate. I can't say that for the 767, but the 757 kind of works, so I can probably use this for other flights next time. 757 is a weird plane. Very weird. I might actually have to look up the manuals for this, but yeah. I guess that's it for today. Okay everybody, thank you for joining Sweetie today for the stream. I hope you enjoyed our short flight into Honolulu and an extra landing on top of that. If you like what you see, feel free to drop like a follow and join me for another flight next time, or join me on another different game that I play. But until then everybody, I'll see you again next time. Bye bye!